What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. This is Breakfast with Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto world. And hey, guess what? There's some wild stuff happening right now. One of them is not Luna Classic burns. A weird development has happened with Luna Classic. It looks like an extension was filed. I do not have confirmation of it at this point, but we were expecting to have a bridge liquidity burn of about 270 billion Luna Classic tokens. Nothing happened. We expected to see the Luna Foundation Guard wallet to be wiped out. That has not happened. Not only have they not burned Luna Classic or USTC, they also didn't burn the Luna that they were supposed to burn. But you know what we did have? We had inflows on all of the ETFs yesterday, and we've got some stunning developments that are happening right now in the election. So we're going to break down as much of this as we can in as short a period of time as we can. But since some of it is a little bit creepy and bizarre, let's do it with Believe Sinatra. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin cause I'm always right. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleaves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me I'll break a crypto wallet down for you, for you. I built a crypto channel, streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go live and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these other people and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleaves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleaves. I'll break a crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because...
All right, guys, let's get into it because we are on step 5. Now, you may not know what I'm talking about when I say step 5, but maybe I shouldn't say step. Maybe I should say phase 5. Not sure exactly I'm not sure what the word is that I'm supposed to use, but you know what's going to happen here. You know how it's. So anyway, here's where. So one, flood social media with biased polls that paid for by the GOP, which Donald Trump admitted to the other day, saying, we're winning by 100 million billion jillion. And that wasn't true. Use these polls to claim Trump is winning, label Trump's opponents incompetent and downright stupid. We know that happens every day. Matter of fact, I just released the videos from September 27 where he called Kamala Harris supporters garbage. I don't know why anybody would call supporters garbage. I don't know why anybody would say that. I mean, it's wild, right? It's wild. Declare victory weeks before the actual election, asserting that a Trump win is inevitable. And we're on number 5 right now. Begin lying about voter fraud and cheating a couple weeks before the election during early voting. Now, what's going on here this morning? Exactly. So then ramp up voter fraud allegations on election morning without any proof, lose the election, claim it was rigged, launch empty legal challenges, maybe even attack. That's what, and by the way, this is the playbook. Does that mean that there's going to be a win and or a loss? No, just means that the playbook is the playbook. Now, why is the playbook at question right now? Well, because welcome to November. Guess what just dropped? We had a drop here of some conversations, and I would encourage you, I'm not going to play these conversations, but I would encourage you to go to X, because that's freedom of speech, right, baby? Go look at freedom of speech and just go listen to the recordings for yourself. These recordings are a bunch of them that were between Jeff, I don't know if you know who Jeff is. His name is Jeffrey. You can see some videos about him on Netflix. There are some Netflix special about Jeff. Lived in West Palm Beach. By the way, neighbor of Donald Trump. You don't know, you may not know who this guy is, but Donald Trump's a celebrity here. He's on The Apprentice. He businesses, company, stuff like that. You'll know the guy. Anyway, a lot of conversation about Jeffrey Epstein. Why does Jeffrey Epstein know exactly what's going on inside the White House in 2017 when he was recorded doing all this kind of stuff? Like, who is he talking to inside there, and why is he saying that it's Donald Trump? I don't know why Donald Trump, I don't know what he was doing in the White House in 2017. This guy's an actor, right? This guy's an actor. Like, his job is to go in front of you and just kind of, deceive you and make you think that he's somebody that he's not. You're fired and stuff like that. I mean, why would an actor be in the White House? Oh yeah, Ronald Reagan, my bad. Why would another actor be in the White House? It's weird, okay? But I would encourage you to go listen to this kind of stuff if you are curious. You know what I mean? Might not be curious. You might be. And look, by the way, this doesn't apply to cult members. If you're in the cult already, you're in the cult. It's okay. It's okay. Get your binky, get your blanket, cover up, wrap it up. And, well, matter of fact, wrap it up. That's kind of, guess what? There's pictures coming too. Apparently, the Daily Beast, who is releasing this information, also has pictures of a certain actor who shall remain nameless because we won't name him one more time. But this certain actor, blonde hair, orange skin, you're going to know him when you see him. This blonde-haired actor, famous actor too, by the way, had some apprentices. Apparently, a lot of people are saying that there's pictures of this person at Jeff's mansion with people on his lap. Huh. I wonder how that would happen. It's weird. It's weird. We can agree that that's weird, right? Now, we're on 5 right now. We're on number 5. So, by the way, just because this is going to absolutely annoy some of you, we're going to use CNN. Because America, no, we don't want to create an account with CNN. Jesus Christ. America won the war on inflation. You still think the economy stinks. This is from David Goldman. Now, does that seem right to you? Because this does not seem right to me. But what he says is that America won the war on inflation, and you still think the economy stinks. Now, did we win the war on inflation? Well, it came in at 2.1%, which was the target of 2%. So from that context, maybe you could say we're winning the war on inflation. But let me tell you something. It certainly doesn't feel like it. How much money are you spending at the grocery store? How much money are you spending? I mean, you're probably not spending a lot of money on gasoline at this point because gasoline's come way down. Weird, by the way. I don't know what happened here, but I saw a tweet from Donald Trump that said that he negotiated a reduction of 10 million barrels a day with Prince Abu Dhabi Taki 911 from Saudi Arabia. I don't know exactly what. Mohammed bin Salman, something like that. 9/11 guy. Am I not supposed to say that? Am I not allowed? Are we supposed to say it's Iranians and Iraqians and all that kind of stuff? We're not supposed to say that 17 of the 19 guys came from Saudi Arabia, right? We're not supposed to say that. Are we? I don't know. Anyway, Mohammed bin 9/11 from Saudi Arabia agreed to cut oil production by 10 million barrels, which of course drove up the price of oil. I wonder why we wanted the price of oil to be higher. Anyway, now it's down to 269, which means that these are prices that we haven't seen in a very long time. Of course, that leads to inflation coming down because oil prices are going down. By the way, America is now the number 1 supplier of oil. In fact, they've increased by 20% since 2020. I don't know who was in charge in 2020, but whoever that guy was, what a loser. We're doing 20% more oil production than in 2024 than we were in 2020. We're the number 1 supplier of oil to the world, and that's great. America won. You know what I mean? America won. We were number 2. We weren't number 1 for a long time, but Joe Biden, not an actor, by the way, number 1. Weird. You know what I mean? And anyway, so 269 for oil, right? For gasoline right now. Prices coming down. Demand not really thriving, if you will, which is good because that helps to keep prices low. But understandably, prices are still a little bit high. Now you see discounts and you see sales and stuff everywhere. They were selling cereal, boxes of cereal. I haven't seen this in a long time. They're selling boxes of cereal, Kellogg's, I think it is, 3 for $5 at my local grocery. Eggs, there was a thing that said that eggs are in short supply and stuff like that. But Dutch Farms, which is a farm located near me, they're still providing, and it's like $1.99 for a dozen eggs. By the way, it was 79 cents for a dozen eggs, a couple years ago. So still expensive. Like and that's why, even if we're winning, it still feels expensive. So, but here's the thing: the economy is great. Jobs are unemployment is at an all-time low. These are numbers that we haven't seen. Like the unemployment hasn't been this low since I want to say like 2015. Like it hasn't been this low in a very, very long time. Like I don't know what got it so low. I mean, the last administration, by the way, last administration that we had in the White House lost 3 million jobs. So not only have we gained those 3 million jobs back, I mean, and that means from the day that the last president was inaugurated until the day that they were out of the office, we lost 3 million jobs and 3% of our gross domestic product. But that's no longer the case because now we're up 16 million jobs from that period of time. And I know this is an uncomfortable truth, and a lot of people don't like this, but it's okay. You're going to be all right. You're grown up. You can take it. Now, the GDP, the broadest measure of the U.S. economy, is booming. Gross domestic product grew by a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 2.8% last quarter. That's a healthy pace on par with economic expansion during the Trump administration. So, Trump, who is that guy? Is that the actor? I don't know if that's the guy, but the gross domestic product of the United States is now as high as it's ever been. Remember, because we did have one guy, he was an actor. I don't remember his name, but he said that his economy had a GDP 2.8%, and that was the greatest that anybody in the world has ever seen. Well, we're still doing that. So, what are we saying here? What are we saying? I mean, what are we saying? You know what I mean? So, workers' paychecks aren't booming like they were a couple years ago when inflation was truly off the rails, but they're still growing at a 3.9% adjusted rate. Now, by the way, that doesn't feel like enough to me. Although it's good to see, but you know what I mean? And consumerism, despite polls to the contrary, consumers are acting like the economy is great. Consumer spending, which accounts for more than 2/3 of America's economy, is surging, rising 3.7% in the last quarter. So a lot of these numbers are, and by the way, these numbers are coming from the government. It's the same government, by the way. It's the same statistical agency that produced the statistics for the people who were in charge previously. Rocky the Baraki, I think his name was, and the actor and anybody before that's coming from the same place. So I assume that the numbers have to be accurate because if they were accurate from 2016 to 2020, then they should always be accurate, right? Because, however, now, housing has reached record highs. Prices are still up. And of course, we're still angry at everybody because, we want Jeff's friend in office. You know what I mean? So, some wild stuff going on in this market. So let's see how this all plays out. Again, do not subscribe to CNN. Please do not subscribe to CNN. It is absolute. Just don't do it. But we just used that because I thought it would be cool. And for some reason, I think it's really funny to thumb my eye into skulls every once in a while. Whatever. Anyway, so 900 million XRP in a single hour were just moved. What is going on? And we don't know what that is, but it was split up between two wallets. This is the second time we had a massive move like this where it was split up amongst two wallets. And it was going from one unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. So now we got to be asking a question, what is going on here? And that probably is a good sign for XRP. Now, the reason that I think XRP is about to have a big moment is because the broader crypto market is about to have another big moment. Because, again, the last time the election was held and the big guy won by 9 million votes. When the big guy won, the price of Bitcoin went up 45% in less than a month. So are we going to witness the same sort of surge? Well, this time we're not going to have the same level of problems with XRP that we had before. And so what I think is about to happen is I think we're about to see a big 50% rip on XRP just to position itself much higher. And then after it positions itself much higher, then I think we start to look at explosive moves because I do believe that no matter who the president is, hopefully it's the big guy for another 8 years. Is it 8 years? Can you like 8 years or something? 9 years? I don't know, whatever. Whatever period of time it is. I think that we can. I think we're gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. We're great. It's gonna be great. Right. No matter who the president is, it's going to be great. I mean, not for kids. You know what I mean? One of them has a friend named Jeff, and he's wild. So, I mean, it might not be great for children, but it could be great for us, which would be awesome. You know what I mean? Don't have kids. Anyway, so 900 million XRP being moved. A lot of stuff going on here. Is Bitcoin ready to go nuclear? What the OTC supply squeeze means for prices. What does the OTC price squeeze mean? Well, here's what's going on. Another 432 Bitcoin were bought off of exchanges yesterday to go along with the 24,000 the 2 days before. And we're still continuing to buy. They now have 402,000 Bitcoin that they're pulling off of exchanges. That's the OTC, over the counter. So things are going crazy. But not only that, this is where it gets interesting. The Ethereum overview, they took 4.8K off of exchanges yesterday, and that added up to 13 million. By the way, it was my opinion, by the way, yesterday, that Ethereum probably going to go down. We're probably going to see a move on Ethereum with money coming out, not coming in, but instead we got 13 million in inflows on the ETF yesterday. So just kind of crazy, absolutely crazy what is going on here. Again, just positive day after positive day after positive day. Look at this. This is the Ethereum. This is the Bitcoin ETFs. Positive day after positive day. We had one outflow right here, which is actually, when you base it on everything else, insubstantial, like a very small amount. The rest of the time, just massive amounts of inflow. And then the Ethereum ETF, which is, I mean, this is really kind of a gauge of DeFi, if you will. But we've had a much better result here. Of the last 9 days, 6 of them have been inflows. Now, I don't think that offsets the outflows yet. Like, again, we're still kind of not in that really bullish sort of phase for Ethereum, but it's looking better and better and better and better. So, is Bitcoin ready to go nuclear? Bitcoin's price momentum in October, effectively dubbed Uptober, saw an approximately 12% gain, sparking speculation about a potential nuclear rally. Now, did we see that? Let's go to the data. Let's go to the Bitcoin returns. Let's look at what we got here for the month of October. Guess what we got? 10.76%. That's October. October played out perfectly for you after September was a good one as well. Like, that's a really good, really good point here, that right here, 2016, October up, and then not really as much when we had a nice move there. That didn't translate into November. So the question is going to be, what are we going to get in? And this is right here. The last time we did this, 2020, after the president was decided, went up 42.9% for the entire month. And then you go 4 years back, it only went up 5% when Jeff's friend, what is his name? Jeff's friend, the friend of Jeff, the actor, the apprentice guy. It only went up 5%. I mean, Joe Biden, how does Joe Biden in his economy go up 38% for Bitcoin, but the apprentice guy, it only goes up 5%? Like, what is happening? I don't even know what's going on there. I just pointing it out because it's weird, right? And we can agree it's weird that Joe Biden was just dominating. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's just domination. Huh. Way to go, the big guy. Crazy. Anyway, so 43%. So it doesn't matter who the president is. I mean, it's basically what I'm saying here. It doesn't matter who the president is. It's still going to pump. Even if you're pro Bitcoin, still going to pump. Even if you're anti Bitcoin, it's still going to pump. It doesn't really matter. So, but a good gain in October, 10.76%. Now, Alex Becker voiced concerns about institutions quietly buying up Bitcoin in massive quantities, suggesting a strategic plan behind those moves. He claims institutions are positioning to drive up Bitcoin's price, noting, and by the way, this guy, idiot. Like, Jesus Christ, how can you be this dumb? How can you be this dumb? First of all, you are regulated by the SEC. Okay, they are only buying what the demand is for the next for the day, to make sure that they still have a stock of Bitcoin every single day. They're not buying it up just because they buy it up. You have to be like a complete idiot to think that that's the case. So I don't know Alex Becker. All I know is what he's saying, and what he's saying is stupid, because it doesn't work that way. That's why you have a securities company, the branch of the federal government, overseeing everything that you do, so that you don't just say, you know what, I'm just going to buy an extra 1,000 Bitcoin every single day. In addition to this, that's not how it works. So it is how you get people to look. It's how you get eyes to pay attention to your channel. So, um, you know, maybe that's the case. Maybe he's just lying to you because, maybe he was on maybe he was on that island or on that plane with Lolita or whoever it was on that plane. Do you know there were neighbors that Jeff, my friend Jeff, was neighbors with the apprentice guy. What the fuck? It's crazy. So anyway, the Bitcoin therapist, another crypto trader, adds to the conversation by acknowledging circulating amounts of OTC desks running dry on Bitcoin with a potential price squeeze on the horizon. Rumors are circulating that OTC desks are running dry on Bitcoin and a squeeze is coming. Again, just a rumor, but a rumor nonetheless. And usually when there's a rumor like that, there could be an issue. Now, the question is, how high does the price have to go for you to become a seller for the price to kind of level out? Now, that's the question. We're now trying to find that next price point, which is going to attract sellers back into the market to create more supply. This potential price surge comes at a time when Bitcoin has been trading near 73,679, while Bitcoin's October gains are slightly below the month's historical average of 22%. So we didn't get the big pump in October, pumptober, if you will, but we still got a good move overall. So I would be watching for Bitcoin to have something of a breakout coming up very soon. We're up $35 billion on the day right now. By the way, Trump MAGA token having a little bit of a recovery. I'm not sold yet. I'm still a little bit nervous. I don't think that, like the momentum is just not there right now. We got a nice little bounce off the 50 MA. Would like to see it spike up into this line right here, the 200 MA, would like to at least see that. That would give me confidence. And then to see it maybe just kind of retest in this range right here, because it really needs to have a breakout up into the 10 to 12 range. Like that's really what needs to happen with that MAGA token. Otherwise, it is cooked at this point. Guys, and I know, look, I told you that I think that this thing's going to $21, $25. And there's still that possibility. I mean, look, if the voters are not bought and paid for by the GOP, and there's a real people are really going out and voting, and you start to see it in some of these reports that are coming out. The reports coming out so far do not look good. Okay, but it's early, and early voting always favors one side over the other. As we get to actual election day, we might see a balancing out of that. And that'll be great for this price action. So hopefully we will see something really good for this price action over the next little while. Like I would suspect that we see something like a 50 to 70% pump on, like that's when I would say on Trump token that we're finally looking at a real breakout, because otherwise it's just kind of trending with everything else. You know what I mean? It's not really accelerating. It's not really getting going. So hopefully we'll see something happen there. But in the meantime, this scarcity again, Alex Becker, God damn it, that's not true. None of what he's saying is true. Anyway, let's move on here. Binance has burned 1 billion Luna Classic tokens. What's next for Terra Luna Classic? So here's the question. Something very, very weird just popped up on Terra Luna Classic, and I guess we should probably go look at it, because for some ridiculous reason, they came out with something dumb. And what they did is 21 hours ago, they made an announcement that says, we would like to inform you that operations for Enterprise DAO and Warp protocol, so Enterprise and Warp will officially conclude on 31 December. What? Because here's what happened before. In August, on August 28th, the new shuttle bridge was going to be open. It was anticipating being done on September 30th, and then it would close on October 30. But if you come over to the bridge right now, guess what? Bridge is still open. Something's going on. Well, let's go check a little bit further. And as we come down here, we will find right here. That's not it. Keep going. Plan confirmation. There we go. September 19. Resuming block production. There was a report here that gave a list of all of the things that were up for sale. Oh, you know what? They're back in June. And it was, hey man, y'all want to buy something? and it was I can't find it. Anyway, there were two things that were Enterprise and Warp, and they were supposed to close yesterday. Instead of closing yesterday, they've now been extended for 2 months. Now, I don't have anything from a court filing, so I don't know exactly what's going on. And my video today will explain all that to you guys. Where's Happy Caddy Crypto? I have no idea. But when I go through everything and I look for the burns and I look to see what is being burned right now, then what we're seeing here is we're seeing a giant burn here today for 1 billion tokens. But that 1 billion tokens and that burn for today, that's Binance. That's not the bridge liquidity. That's nothing right there. What we should be seeing for is a God candle, basically 274 billion being burned in one fell swoop. And then for USTC, 1.8 billion is what we should be looking at right there. Going down here, there actually is a link so that you guys could see it. And it is the Lunk Bin it's for Luna Foundation Guard. Here's the Luna Foundation Guard wallet, the current wallet as it exists. It still has UST, which is USTC, 1.86 billion inside their wallets right now, and they have 227 million Luna. Now, they did not have Luna Classic, so that's irrelevant. That was in the bridge where that 251 billion wallet, and then they had a couple of other smaller wallets. But there is still 1.86 billion USTC sitting in this wallet, and another couple hundred million, billion, jillion sitting in the Terraform Labs wallet. And for some reason, they have not been burned. So we'll get some clarification. And when we have clarification, we will let you know. I just don't know at this point what's going on. So we got the burn from Binance. What's the next step on Luna Classic? Well, Luna Classic trading at around 92 right now, 4092. In the event that we had gotten that burn, we would probably be up into this range by this point. Would have been like 3x or 4x from that spot. But I think a lot of people are kind of upset right now because where are the burns? They were supposed to happen by the end of business on October 31st, and they did not happen. That bridge liquidity is not burned. The classic bridge is still live and active. By the way, the regular bridge, bridge.terra.money is also still active. So they did not close everything down as they had agreed. I do think that I'm probably reading and by the way, the court documents were from Happy Caddy Crypto, so he was apparently wrong about the date of September 30. I mean, that's basically what it is. Like he probably either misread it or there was a filing for an extension that just got skipped over. With that being the case, I suspect that we're going to see some kind of big move coming up pretty soon. I think that we just didn't get there yet. So hold tight, because it's getting ready to happen. Now, let's keep moving on. Florida CFO says the state holds $800 million in crypto investments. Jimmy Patronis stated that the state holds $800 million in crypto-related investments. Speaking to CNBC, he discussed the asset class and its growing importance. So, they've made $800 million in crypto investments. Man, I hope it's all on a meme coin. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if they're holding 800 million of just like Trump tokens? You know what I mean? Like just random Trump tokens. That's their nest egg for the future. How crazy would that be? Especially if they're holding like a bunch of MAGA and it just like 20x's or something like that before the election, or some a couple of these MAGA tokens just go absolutely parabolic and bonkers. That would be hilarious, because then Florida would pay off. They'll be like, you know what, Georgia, we'll pay off your debts too. South Carolina, we're in, bro. Here's a little cheddar for yo. You know what I mean? So anyway, Florida holding $800 million in crypto. Now, in bad news, this just came kind of out of nowhere. Immutable. Now, if you don't know who Immutable is one of the bridges for gaming that lets you do gasless transaction fees in their network. And they received a Wells notice from the US SEC over securities laws violation, potentially involving IMX. The company said that the SEC sent a Wells notice shortly after its first meeting with the SEC. By the way, they said 6 hours. They had a meeting with the SEC because the SEC was, they were wanting to try to talk about compliance, and a Wells notice was sent when they came to the SEC to talk compliance. So if you want to know what kind of a shady dirtbag Gary Gensler is, look no further than Immutable X. Immutable said it believes the SEC's claim could involve the listing and private sale in 2021 of IMX but said the Wells notice included sparse details. Blockchain gaming platform Immutable says the SEC has signaled that they may bring an enforcement action against it over allegedly breaking securities laws. And basically what you're talking about, Immutable said it believes that the SEC's claims could involve the listing and private sale of 2021, but said that the notice included sparse details. The company also said it was aware of related inquiries, but no actual or proposed legal action from the DOJ. Now, the DOJ does send Wells note, or the SEC does send Wells notices and doesn't follow them up, but that's their intention to have an investigation, and we will see whether or not something comes of it. Multiple crypto firms have received Wells notices over the past year, including Robinhood, Crypto.com, and OpenSea. The SEC has brought a number of enforcement action against big firms, including Coinbase, Kraken, and others, really just the shakedown of the cryptocurrency industry. That's what's happening right now. So hopefully we'll see something change in that. But until then, we're still under, for at least for a couple days. Remember, Gary Gensler can't just be fired, apparently. But if he's not wanted, he will resign. I mean, that's the important thing. No matter what, in a couple days, we're going to have some clarity. It's November 1st. We have about 4 days. Next Tuesday, Super Tuesday. So make sure you get out and vote. Meanwhile, the market still sitting at around 75. So look, 77, 77, 75, 72, 72, 74. We are in the thick of things right now. Since October 16, we've been above 70. So, and we did dip down to 69 one time on October 24. But I mean, that's, look, I told you guys before, 20 and 30 you buy, 70 and 80 you sell. We're in the sell portion, but I think, again, you're only going to be wrong one time. It's going to be the bull market when the golden bull kicks off. So for me right now, I did not sell. I'm continuing to hodl. I'm just continuing to hold on to everything. I'm holding on to Bitcoin. I'm holding on to Ethereum. I'm holding on to Solana. I'm holding on to everything. I've got MAGA tokens. I've got MSI tokens. I've got Devi tokens. I've got everything. I'm holding on to everything. I'm not getting rid of anything. I'm not liquidating at this point because I'm trusting the process that this will end up being a nice little boom getting ready to happen. Now, speaking of nice little booms getting ready to happen, guess what? I now have profit of $1,350 on Ultra Revo. I got an announcement for them later on today, but I have completed it, $1,575 more dollars. Guys, pay yourself. Pay yourself. Sign up for ultrarevo.biz. Put in, allow that indices trading machine to work for you. It is an advanced AI indices machine. It is AI generated, and look at the market today. Netflix is up, Tesla's up, Meta's up, Apple down just a little bit, but Nvidia up 3% again on the day. Nvidia earnings are going to send Render to space. Remember, I told you that. And guys, when we talked about Render the last time, my Render price was somewhere in the where was it? It was right here. It's right where it should be. This is right where it should be, in that golden zone. It is ready for an enormous spike again, being brought to you by NVIDIA. So I would suspect that we're going to test the top up here at $6.50 over the course of this month. This date right here, November 27, I guess I should have said that date, but November 27 is when the earnings come out for NVIDIA. So I would think that we're probably going to have this kind of move on Render. No guarantees. I mean, there's really no guarantees that will happen. But if you're looking for a project to accumulate right now, Render would be a good one, not for huge gains, but for a nice little 2 or 3x, in my opinion. In short term, there is a real good possibility that you get a nice gain off of Render. So bag up on Render today. Indices trading machine, if you are looking for it. Again, I made $1,575 twice off of $7,500 deposits. I'm going to do a video today for the withdrawal of that for Ultra Revo, and you can check that out then. Also, MSI, come over here. Did you create a ticker trending account? If you haven't done trick or treating, it's trick or treating. Ticker trending is now trick or treating, I guess. Jesus Christ, I can't even say words today. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to listen to the audio tapes of that guy Jeff. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be weird, you know what I mean? But anyway, Pablo says, start your ticker trending. And one of the things that I do want to point out that I probably didn't point out before, and I didn't point it out because I didn't want you all to buy, and I didn't want to, I didn't want you to buy before me. I want to get in on the bottom. But one of the things that he said was before the end of the year, I think he was looking for another tier one listing. So there is a possibility that out of nowhere, you're about to see something crazy happen with MSI as it goes back up and makes that next run. Now, what I told you is, in my opinion, that next run right there is going to be about a 12 to 13x. 12 to 13x from here puts it at less than 50 million market cap. So, again, it's just a matter of time until you see just an incredible move coming in for MSI. It's just a matter of capital coming into the market, flowing into Bitcoin, and then just starting to cascade its way down to some of these other projects. People are going to find this, people are going to get hot on it, and boom, the next thing you know, this is a $50 million market cap, or $100 million market cap, something like that, getting ready to happen with MSI. How long does it take? I don't know. The market's wonky. You know what I mean? The market is wonky. One thing that's not wonky, though, is Dev E. Guys, if you haven't, happy Halloween for those of you that are punk rock fans. Dev E, any day now, guys. And I know, and by the way, I've been saying any day now since August, and it's still any day now. There's going to be an announcement of a major company is doing business with Devi. And the best way that I can explain this is this: they're a Web 2 company. They're one of the largest financial institutions in the world, allegedly, by the way. And then two, I want to say governments with contracts, and they're getting themselves set up. And because they're Web 2, it's proprietary, which means they don't want people to know until they're ready. So I look, the best thing that I can say for you is this: if you don't have a bag of Devi, at some point you're going to look back at me and you're going to be like, why didn't you tell me? And I'll be like, go back and watch the tape, baby. I do it every single day. I'm telling you right now, hold on to a little bag of Devi. Also, by the way, when looking at the Devi chart, the one thing to recognize on Devi is that we are just a mere few days away from never having to worry about it again. And what I mean by that is the sell pressure. The sell pressure, and by the way, remember, we're about to have that golden cross come over. But this line right here, November 6th, this is when the last unlock happens. And that means from that point forward, there will just be no sell-off. There will be sell-off. People will buy and sell as you do. But the buy and sell that's happening right there won't have the additional sell pressure of people just continuing to dump on the chart because they got in early. And I mean, here's the thing, basically when you bought, this is the important part here. When you bought at like 30 cents. I mean, that's when it launched at 30 cents. Now, you got 40% of your bag that was 30 cents. You got that at like up here at $1.30 or 40 or something like that. You made all of your money back right here. So all you're doing is selling for profit every single month. That's really what was happening. You got 40% of your bag right here. That's why everybody sold off. Then they held for a little bit longer. Then they got worried because it came down below 30 cents, but they had already sold out a couple times for a couple months. They'd already made a nice little profit. Now people are incentivized to continue to hold because now they're understanding, oh man, something big is getting ready to happen. And I think, again, something big will happen. It'll run up here into this. I said 967 by the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. It could be higher, could be lower. But I think that was a reasonable number. So look, it's at 28 cents right now. The pressure is going to be gone pretty soon. And then through the end of the year, right over here, $9.67. Like it just could absolutely spike. Remember, it's done it before. That's the important part. It's done it before. It went from 30 cents up to $2.50 or $2.24. So it went up 10x from where it is. So it could do something really fantastic. And by the way, when you're looking at it in that context, again, 10.7 million market cap, it would be nothing for it to 10x from here and go to a $100 million market cap. So, and if things work out the way that I think that they're going to work out, then that's going to be what happens. Now, speaking of what happens, Saitama Wolfpack. Now, again, it is my opinion, and I'm going to say this one more time, that I don't like this cartoon. I think that they owe Faltron an apology, and they are working on that with a new video. So you're going to see something happen with a new video from Saitama, and you should see this, by the way, strength right here, sitting around 2 cents. If you notice here, went up to 2.5 cents, and then it came back down to the 618, and then, by the way, we should remove this now, because now we're going to talk about what the next thing is off of the impulse move. So off of this impulse move, We got this right here, and that's where we are at this point. And we've already broken down into the golden zone. And now we're looking for the play out. Well, what is the what is 161.8 right here? The golden ratio now is about 6.3 cents. So it is entirely possible that you're going to see Saitama absolutely break out. And by the way, 6.28 cents is basically 4x from where we are right now. Really, it's about 3x, I guess, 3.5x, 3.5x, 4x from where we are right now. Puts it at around a $10 million market cap. Not unreasonable to think that it's going to go to at least a 10. Well, actually, it would be a 6.2. Jesus Christ, please get your shit together. It would be Jesus Christ, it's 6.2, it's 6.3 million market cap. I forgot the circulating supply is 100 million tokens, so it would be 6.3 million market cap if it were to break out into that range, and that's not a lot. I mean, let's look around. We've got that one. We've got Lucy over here. This is the number one crypto right now, 51 million market cap. We've got 47, $10 million market cap. We got MAD, $10 million market cap. We've got SOM, 86 million market cap. We've got Giga over here with a 610 million market cap. By the way, Giga Chad is, look at this. You've never seen anything like this, by the way. Boom, monthly charts. It has never closed green. It has never closed red. The Giga Chad has never closed. And I guess that is to say that anything could just absolutely explode at any moment. Speaking of exploding at any moment, we have CoinsChick Coin, and I think that's some zombie level stuff right there. Be very, very careful. It is possible that CoinsChick is a zombie. You can see. I would be nervous. I would be nervous. Anyway, so buys are still coming in. The price action, and boom, still at 14.25, consolidating in that range, going sideways. This is the monthly chart. They have one red candle. How dare you have one red candle? How dare you? 1 day chart over here. Look, consolidating up here in this range. Time to take this out. We'll do some chart analysis on this over the next couple of days and kind of look at where I think it's really going to go. I'm looking at this right here. Still feels bullish. We're at the bottom of the range. Really just looks like we're continuing on, and that we could see as high as, not the end, but around 18, that it could wick out to about 18 on the next impulse move, if in fact we get that next impulse move. But because they support it, because they put in the work, because they're doing all of this stuff, then it could be a very good play out. Could be a very good play out for you guys, and that's a 30% gain from where we are right now, or 25%, something like that. 32%. So 32% gain is potential there if it does that impulse move, which I think it's going to do. Now, with that said, check out Kendu. Kendu, by the way, right here. Look at Kendu, up again, 22.8%, 6.4 million market cap. Guys, I gave you this, it's on a silver platter. Like, I give you this shit on a silver platter, and you're supposed to eat it up. And if you didn't eat it up, if you did eat it up and you made a bunch of money off of it, you better tip the wallets in the description down below. But otherwise, guys, I circled the spot where I gave it to you, right? I gave it to you. It's a 6x from where you are right now. I mean, I hope that you paid attention when I told you this was going to be something that was going to play out pretty big. Remember, it's in that base ecosystem. So when you start to really see some of these cryptos run, when you start to see stuff like Daddy, at some point, Daddy will actually reverse and do something that's not just dump on everybody. Brett at 914 million market cap will start to send one more time. Like, we'll probably see another big move there. When we see that, we'll probably see the same thing with Kendu. And look, I'm not telling you that Kendu is going to go to $1 billion market cap. I'm not saying it's not either. I'm saying that I think that it's not done, and we're a long way. We're a long way from the end of the bull run. We're not there yet. There's going to be a massive move coming, and this is going to just be one of them. Just one in a list of all of these other cryptos that are just going to absolutely send. Saitama, look, I just want to say this. If it goes to 20 million market cap, this would be an enormous level of success. Okay. Now, look, it's not 7 billion. I know a lot of people are looking like $7 billion market caps and stuff like that, but you got to be realistic, right? And realistically speaking, if we were to get a 20 million market cap from Saitama on Solana, that would be spectacular for all people involved. Okay, that would just be a testament to the effort, to the work, to everything that people are putting into it. So I would be watching for some kind of move getting ready to happen. That is it. Wonder how Speedy's doing. Let's go look at Speedy. Speedy might just be ripping and exploding too. Speedy's up 23%, coming up to another brand new all-time high, 43 million market cap. I told these guys, like I'm not partnered with them anymore, but I told these guys that this thing is just going to continue, that as long as Turbo is relevant, then Speedy is going to end up being relevant for a while, and it's just going to continue to find different ways to continue on and just continue. So yeah, it's absolutely getting crazy here. Now, I would not dump Volt for MSI. I wouldn't do, like I would just add to a different bag. But if you can't, and that's where you are, and if you made money, then good for you. You know what I mean? So just again, when it doubles, take your initial investment out, and then if you want to put it back in, put it back in. It doesn't matter. But once you've got up to 200% and you've got your original investment out, then you can decide what to do with your original investment. So if it dips, if it does whatever, then you can handle it then. Although also, by the way, remember I gave you this one not too long ago, about a month ago. I gave you Klaus. Look how high this goddamn thing went. Like it just absolutely exploded. I hope you made money off of that one too. This is Klaus right now. Even if you just consider, I gave it to you down here at 404. It's up 4x where it is right now. It was up 13x at one point. So if you got in on Klaus and you made yourself a nice little bag on that one, shout out. But yeah, so total value locked, by the way. Ethereum has overtaken Solana, but not by much. Base is still at $1 billion a day. I'm wondering about Base at some point, why it's just consistently around 1 billion every single day. Something seems weird with that. I don't know that means that there's anything actually weird, but it seems weird to me. Now, as far as liquidation goes, boom, 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 we're gonna hit the refresh. And let's see if we captured some of that liquidity. So we went up and we spiked up all the way to where the liquidity pool was, coming out to the 3-day. We've got another pool somewhere up here near the all-time high at about 73.5. So I would suspect that we're probably going to be making a concerted push up into 74,000 over the next maybe couple hours. Could be something like that happen. You know what I mean? And look, I mean, I would mention Volt a lot more, but look, my Volt situation was very simple. I was partnered with them for a long period of time. They stopped partnering with me, which was okay. I mean, always get paid to do what you love. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad. I wasn't mad about it, but I got hacked, and one of the things that happened was, and this is, and by the way, I did have somebody who gave me a Volt NFT. So, but remember the three amigos, one of them lost all of their Volt because they put it into CoinRabbit and got just ganked. But then he asked for crypto and stuff like that, and apparently got it. So I said, well, you know what? I'll do the same thing. I'll go in there and I'll say the same thing. And I told everybody what happened, and they were like, "Oh, don't beg." And I was like, "Well, you know what? Fuck this place." Either look, and here's the thing. I don't care. If you support me, you support me. If you don't support me, that's okay too. You don't have to support. You don't have to be a supporter of me. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be a supporter of you, even if I like you, even if I think everything is fine. I'm still, like if your community doesn't support me, then what's the point? You know what I mean? So they didn't support me when it mattered. Much like my buddy Kings didn't support me when it mattered. Told me, "I got you, man. I got you, man. I got you, man." By the way, I don't know what it is. I think it's a month now. It was about. I mean, let's see. Yeah, it's been. Oh, shit! It's been 2 months now. It's been. Yeah, ghosted me. So yeah, watch those projects. Remember, I lost $50,000 on those projects, and not a word, nothing. So learn my lesson. Be careful. Anyway, that's my time, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And by the way, I know I haven't named the person at that point, but you guys know who it is. I lost 50 grand on those projects when I needed it the most. I got ghosted. So now you know. So let's get out of here. You guys have a good weekend. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out a bunch of. Oh, there we go. You know what? Here we go. He got it from one of the three amigos. So they hooked him up. But nobody hooked me up. I mean, that was my point. Nobody put me up. They just gave me a bunch of shit about it. So, hey man, if that's who you are, if that's who you think I am, okay, I'll be that guy. You know what I mean? So, it's okay. And it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about it ultimately, but I do feel like I should tell you guys, or at least remind you sometimes that, that's the reason that nobody's talking about Volt right now is because there's nothing to talk about. There's plenty going on in the ecosystem, but I mean, what they're relying on at this point is word of mouth and free advertising. And that's because they changed the way that they did things, and they reduced the 13% tax to zero tax. And, because they said, if we do that, then just like Pepe, we're going to go to $1 billion. Well, how'd that work out? I told you guys it was a mistake to begin with. It was a mistake. So, but it was your mistake to make. You know what I mean? Anyway, tips in the wallets down below. If you ever want to help me out, there you go. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and become a member of the channel. It's like $5 a month. There are some people who support me. It's $99 a month. There's a couple of real G's, I guess, top G's, as Andrew Tate might call them. So, if you want to help me, that's how you help me. Otherwise, I will see you guys a little bit over the weekend. I've got some stuff coming out. So, yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk. A year ago, the valuation of Cryptonomy.finance was $3.7 billion, according to the British government. Today, that value, $6.1 billion. This company has managed to raise $2.4 billion in capital over the last 365 days. If you're looking for a place to get information about investment opportunities, then Cryptonomy telegrams are the place over here. This is the third quarter marketing overview. This is Ben Armstrong has predicted XRP past ETH in market capitalization. These are news articles that are constantly giving you the information that you need. Additionally, there's an update channel, and it's giving you market structure playouts. It's giving you market updates on each major country and indices that there are out there right now to give you an idea of what is going on in the market so that you can get an idea of what it looks like broadly and how these governments are working. Big news articles, whatever you need, Cryptonomy has it for you. Not only does Cryptonomy have it, but myself, Dean DCA, Crypto, Lift Capital, Jake Gordon, we're all writing articles for Cryptonomy. You can come check. I did one on Immutable Q2 of 2024. We've also got Thorchain, State of NYM, and we got Ronin's Web3 Gaming Empire. Guys, if you need information about this crazy crypto market, then by all means, you need to go to Cryptonomy.finance/research. But none of that matters unless you are using Cryptonomy.finance the way that it's meant to be used, by setting up fixed staking so that you can earn some significant yields. Let's set up a deposit today. Today, we're dropping 3 ETH into a 9-month contract. All right, we've created that. But the biggest movement in all of it is the launch pool. Guys, I cannot stress enough. They've had 57x average return so far in their investments. If you just create a deposit, I've got a potential for up to 5x with a 50-50 profit sharing from the launch pool. We're going to create this contract now for $20,000. And there we have it. The anticipated profit between 1 and 5x when this thing is completed. And it will complete in October of 2025, just in time to cash out for the bull market. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for Cryptonomy.finance today.